So, for those of you that don't know, there's some crazy stuff going on in Montana. Montana is attempting to legislate the eradication of a minority group. And if you want to describe what's going on in Montana in any lesser type of language, you're a useful idiot, and you would have let the Nazis steal any amount of Jewish people in your neighborhood, and you're garbage, so go fuck yourself. But, so Montana is committing a genocide, or at least they're at the beginning stages of committing that genocide. And again, as we know, people have already died as a result of this. People have already seen the writing on the wall and said, I would rather kill myself than get thrown into a fucking camp. I would rather kill myself than die slowly of a disease and not be allowed to go to the hospital, right? And so there's been a little bit of a new focus going on in Montana. But this is a clip from about a month ago of a Montana sponsor for the transgender genocide bill. And, wow. I mean, I really... this little thing here, this little caption gives it away a little bit. But, wow. Okay? Wow. I need you to really fucking understand, okay, how fucked Republicans are. I need you to understand this. These people belong in jail. These are evil, and I'm going to use a word from their book, demonic, fucked up in the fucking head freaks. Full stop. You're going to see a Montana representative argue that it's better to encourage your kid to kill themselves than to take them to the doctor. If you ever got sick with the flu and your parent was like, I hope you die, I'm not taking you to the doctor, in what universe is your parent not a fucked up freak? Let's watch.
One of the big issues that
Jesus Christ, the fucking audio levels on this shit, man.
that we have heard today and we've talked about lately is that without surgery, the risk of suicide goes way up. Well, I am one of those parents who lived with a daughter who was suicidal for 3 years. Someone once asked me, wouldn't I just do anything to help save her? And I really had to think. And the answer was no. I was not going to give in to her emotional manipulation because she was incapable of making those decisions, and I had to make those decisions for her. I was not going to let her tear apart my family, and I was not going to let her tear apart me because I had to be strong for her. I had to have a vision for her life when she had none, was incapable of having.
Yo. Okay. I mean, wow. Again, I don't really even know what else to say besides fucked up freaks. Accusing a suicidal person of being emotionally manipulative, first of all, what? Second of all, I'm not gonna let her fuck up my family. Like, bitch, you're the one fucking up the family. Third of all, why would anyone say this? Why on earth would you take a microphone into your palms, hold it up to your lips, and say, I tried to drive my child to suicide, and then look at cameras as you say this shit? Why would anyone do this? Why? Because they're fucked up freaks. That's it. There's no other explanation. The people that vote for this stupid ass bitch are also fucked up freaks. We need to really understand that Republicans in this country are evil, fucking crazy fucks, okay? And it just so happened to be about 1 in 4 motherfuckers in this country. Republicans are about 20 to 25% of the population. 1 in 4. So next time you're going to the grocery store and there's 3 people ahead of you, think to yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a good fucking chance one of these motherfuckers is a fucked up freak. Let's continue.
None. I was lost. I was scared. I spent hours on the floor in prayer because I didn't know that when I woke up if my daughter was going to be alive or not. But I knew that I had to make those right decisions for her so that she would have a precious, successful adulthood at that time.
So she prayed and did nothing? Wow, someone give this bitch an award. Mother of the Year, folks. Mother of the Year. So again, I need you all to really understand that the idea of telling a Republican, oh, you understand that this bill is going to kill people, right? And then expecting them to go, oh, dear heavens, I had no idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, wow, you know, my bill entitled Kill the Trannies is going to kill the trannies? Holy shit, I guess I gotta unsponsor that. Like, that's the point, jackass. That's why they're doing this fucking shit. This bitch is proud of nearly driving her kid to suicide, and she's using that anecdote as a reason to legislate driving other kids to suicide. If you got diagnosed with cancer and you knew for a fact that you could not go to the doctor, do you think your risk of suicide would go up? You have cancer. It's easily treatable, right? It's like early stages. It's just for whatever reason, there was a bill that was passed, and now there's a law that says you can't go to the doctor. Your fucking risk of suicide would increase. The idea that this is like some extreme, like, this is the problem with Republicans, is they gaslight regular people into believing that they genuinely don't understand this. And so we have to deal with a situation where liberals and Democrats and allies have to pretend that they're like fucking mother birds chewing up food and force feeding it to them and dumbing things down into the dumbest fucking way possible to explain to these bigoted fucking freaks, right? When in reality, they know this shit, and that's the point, right? The hypocrisy, the mind games. Oh, you don't know what this is. Oh, I'm the one who knows. Like, the same motherfuckers that don't believe in climate change and don't believe in washing your hands and don't believe in wearing a mask in a fucking pandemic and don't believe in vaccines in a pandemic, somehow, right, they actually are the real scientific ones. Like, give me a fucking break. It's all a way to confuse people. And so you need to understand, fundamentally, this is a bunch of evil, fucked up freaks. And they're a minority of the population. About 25% of the country are insane, evil serial killers. Now, again, who are the most successful serial killers in U.S. history? Not Ted Bundy or whatever guy has the next Netflix, Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever, right? But police, politicians, those are the most successful serial killers in American history. That is why they become police. That is why these people become politicians. They want to kill people without going to jail. That's it. That is their only motivation. Money and murder, I should say, because these people like money too. Money and murder. That's all that they like. And so pretending like we're having serious scientific debates with them, no, shut the fuck up. It's not about explaining the science. It's not about, oh, if you just use a magical string of words in the English language, that then they're fundamentally going to understand why everything they've done their whole life is wrong. That's not going to happen. If you're a Republican in the year 2023, now again, I'm open to rehabilitation. I'm open to you getting your shit together. I'm down. Let's do it. All right? I encourage that. But if you are a Republican in 2023, there is something wrong with you. And either you can get help, or you can let other people help you, or you can just continue being an evil, fucked up freak. And then don't be surprised when you lose all your friends. And, oh, it's hard to find a date now in the modern woke world. You ever see these articles of, like, the 21-year-old Hitlerites going like, wow, I can't. Every time I tell women that I worship Hitler and I have 4 signed copies of Mein Kampf, they just go to the bathroom and never come back. Like, whoa, wow, shocker, right? So, again, and I know a lot of people are groomed into it. They're groomed from being kids. They're groomed into believing in this religious fundamentalism. They're groomed into believing biological essentialism. They're groomed into believing the bell curve, okay? They're groomed into believing this because their parents teach them this on a daily basis. Schools teach them this. Church teaches them this, right? So again, but also fundamentally, there is a point where, you know what? If you can't figure out that Santa Claus isn't real, well, maybe you're just a lost fucking cause. Like, seriously. And this is why I have such a hard fucking time respecting these Christian people, the good Christians, the bad Christians, whatever the fuck. You ever notice there's no bad Christians? Every time you ever talk to a Christian and they get uppity about it, they're always a good Christian, regardless if it's a Westboro Baptist church or if it's whatever the fuck. All right, every Christian you talk to is a good Christian. Believe me, guys. But, like, again, right, so if you can't figure out that Jesus is made up, if you can't figure out that this whole religious institution is a money laundering pyramid scheme designed to fucking keep you in a mental fucking prison, if you can't figure out, in other words, that 2 + 2 = 4, maybe you're just a fucking lost cause, okay? Maybe you're just too fucking dumb for your own good. And yeah, is it possible? Yes. I believe nurture over nature, right? The first 3 to 5 years of childhood development is the most important fact on how that person is going. You can figure out how someone is going to behave when they're 78 years old based on if you have a complete understanding of the first 3 to 5 years of their life. It's that much of a predictor, right? So again, I get it. People are brainwashed from a young age into believing, yes, I'm going to drive my kids to suicide because demons possess them and I must pray to God the demons unpossess my child instead of, I don't know, taking them to the fucking doctor. How do you get people to believe that shit? Because they're fucked up beyond reproach. They're fucked up. They're fucked up freaks. They got a broken fucking brain. And now again, we can pretend it's not their fault, it's their parents' fault. And it's not their parents' fault, it's their, whatever. But Jesus fucking Christ, in the year 2023, if you can't figure out that this is a fucking money laundering scheme to design a situation where a bunch of people feel that they're better than a bunch of people and, oh, there's a problem in my life, my daughter is suicidal, well, let's not take her to the doctor, let's pray to Jesus, because Jesus is going to solve the fucking problem. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck. But anyway, there you go. Republicans, fucked up freaks.